causes the majority of the reason why people act.
Yeah, it causes confusion.
I mean, so y'all think co-parenting can't restructure that?
I think it is. I think co-parenting is kind of re-emerging a little bit, and I think probably because it's more like it's shedded in the light now, like with like social media and like different people, like you're starting to see fathers being there for their kids now.
Yeah, because in the last episode when I was talking to my mom about it, I was like, I've noted, because people still talk about deadbeat black dads and all that stuff like that, but I've noticed our friends, when they have children, they're extremely active in their kids. Like, no matter how they feel, if they on good terms with the baby mama, if they on bad terms with her, they're very active with making sure that their kid have everything that he needs financially, and that he's there to give moral support and to show him that he's there.
I get that, but then that also ties into what Daddy was saying, because even though you're co-parenting, you still have a mother that's in a household with a child that's dealing with everyday situations that dad is not always there for.
It's not structured.
Right.
Within co-parenting. You co-parent how you co-parent, this person co-parents how they co-parent.
Exactly.
It's not a strict routine like back when you had a family, you had a head of household, you had the wife, you had the kids.
So you saying that y'all not always on the same page?
Exactly.
Nobody's always on the same page.
Yeah, that's always.
It's always going to be different riffles between the two.
Yep.
And in a traditional household, you have a head of the household that is going to set the rules, and then you have the mom that is going to reinforce those rules and make sure everybody is staying in line.
That's your last one. When I was a kid, there used to be a show.
Hey, I'm not the only one.
There used to be a show called Wait Till Your Father Gets Home. Now, I know none of you guys are old enough to know what this show's about, but it was kind of like a cartoon that basically what it highlighted was the family unit. And the slogan for this show was actually wait till your father gets home. Anytime one of those children got out of line in the home, the mother would say to them, you just wait till your father gets home. So what that did was, when you have a home where the man and the woman is in the home and the children are there, what you have is now the woman has the opportunity to totally be a woman. She don't have to worry about this. She don't have to worry about that. She can worry about being a mom. And see, I'm going to tell you something. Women talk about how powerful they are and, how strong they are. Can you imagine when a woman is put in a situation where she can explore totally all of her strength? See, when you're defending vulnerable areas, you can't be your absolute strongest. It's impossible. It's totally impossible. When you are allowed to focus totally on what your strengths are, that's when you are most effective.
I get you.
Any person.
Why do you say that though?
Because it's a simple reality. Like if you take any war type situation, all snipers are snipers. You don't take a sniper, the guy that actually gets the kill shot, you don't take him and put him down there in the trench with the regular grunts. You put him in a strategic location where all he has to do is take out specific targets.
Basically, everybody plays that position.
Yeah.
Because that's why he's going to be most effective. That's why in military campaigns, you have everybody that's a specialist, and they do specialists, and then you have those that aren't specialists, and they do whatever they do.
So basically, it's like a maximize your genius type situation.
But this is 2019. Yeah. Nobody wants to be a master. They want to be a jack of all trades. Nobody wants to master.
It's not necessary that you want to be.
Who wants to master one thing? No, I can do this and I can do that. I can do this and I can do that as well.
I don't think it's necessary that you want to be that thing. It's an adaptation that women have because there was a period of time where black men weren't living up to, and whatever the reason, if it was them being held down or incarcerated or the man working against them, whatever the situation was, there was a long period of time where black women were not supported by black men, whether black men chose not to, or they were not mentally prepared to, or they just couldn't live up to the responsibility. If they chose not to live up to the responsibility, this is what we have now in a quote unquote single parent household. It's an evolution of how women had to adapt at one point.
Okay.
It's not just it's not people choosing to be a jack of all trades.
Why?
How is it unfair?
Let me tell you why I think that's unfair. First of all, because I'm 30 plus years older than you. That's why I think it's unfair. And I understand that by no means, no man that has had 50 minutes to bond with his child would want to see any type of scenario where he's not totally engaged with that child. No real man would want that. But I think that if we take the time to understand that we can never get to a place where the cause for things is not the most important thing to realize. Because if you fail to realize what the cause is, you never stand a chance of fixing it, correcting it, improving it. Which is why we're having this conversation right now, because things are so chaotic and crazy. Even the gentleman right here, when he says, this is what people want now. People want this because something happened in the cosmos to spring a certain events in place, and then people start changing their ideals. They didn't change their ideas because one day they woke up and said, hell, I'm going to leave my family. I ain't going to worry about none of these son of a biscuit eaters today. That's not what happened. What happened was so much pressure was applied to that family unit that systematically it started being dismantled.
But that's my whole point. I'm just saying, because he said that people want to be a jack of all trades. I don't think that there is a mother out there that say, hey, I want to be a mama and a daddy to my baby. No.
Well, she'll say that.
She'll say that because she feels like that's what she has to do because things aren't going the way that she needs it to be for her child.
But I'm saying in 2019, if you tell a woman, hey, you do this great, but you can only do this, you look at you crazy.
Yeah, that's
but
not
you can only no, I do not have to only do this. I can do this.
And I can do
and
this.
I can do a lot more.
My name is Keyanna Radford, and I believe in gender roles. I just want to say it right now. So whenever a man say that women are too independent or people want to talk about feminists, I am not that kind of feminist. My mama never taught me to be liberated from anything.
You know what? I think that as a man, I have dominion naturally, so I don't even have to verbalize that I have dominion. I don't even have to give instructions. I can go out and do the things that I do as a man, and my woman will conform according to what I do.
I always say that though. I always say like women control the relationship, but men set the tone. So it's like a woman is going to state what she requires from a provider or what she needs in a husband, and she's going to state the things that she's not going to stand for. But it's up to any man that comes into her presence that's going to set the premise of what he's not going to take. Either you're going to pick it up or you're going to put it down. Mm-hmm. Like, you are choosing a wife. It said a man who finds a wife finds a good thing, but at the end of the day, it's a man's decision on if that's the woman for him. Like, hey, this is her mindset, and I don't think she finna change it, and I'm not finna deal with that. Right. Because if a woman...
That's a decision that needs to be made before sex is involved.
But we live...
that's our problem.
Nobody want to have that. Nobody want to have that conversation.
That's our problem.
We live in a world where that's so casual, and people look at me crazy when I talk about sex the way that I do. And I feel like if people really knew how powerful sex was, they wouldn't be going out here having it all casual like that.
They can't know because the reason they can't know is very simple.
They're not
being taught.
Yeah.
They don't even realize until it's way too late. People don't start figuring out how important sex is till they get like 40.
40?
Yeah, so you don't have like 25 plus years. Listen, let me tell you something. If you think about it, I don't even know how old you guys are. Think about how many women that you've actually slept with. And after you think about that, think about how many of those women that you slept with that you know right now today was a badass idea. And I'd be willing to bet you that if you sat down and put a number to it, well over 50% of them women you slept with was a bad idea. And here's the problem with that. As men, we're so engaged with our abilities as a youth of what we can do, and I'm trying to keep this as clean as possible.
A young buck with
a
stamina.
young buck with stamina. We're so into that we don't even realize how we're setting ourselves up for all kind of situations, man. Just all kind of situations. Because
so what's the con to it? So like, you know, you're a young buck, you're out here messing around. So what as you are now more established, what do you feel like is the miscue when you're being promiscuous at a young age?
Man, where you want to start? At the top or the bottom? Because
Yes.
the thing of it is, you deny yourself so many things, man. Here's the thing: when you just start having sex,
I
and
feel
you just
like it
continue to
cripples your
have sex,
discipline.
what it does is every time you engage, it numbs that spiritualness of it. So once I hate to put a number to it because it varies from people to people, but let's say once you hit that 5th time, okay, now you just don't, you turned out. You just strictly physical now.
It's not about
you looking for that next pound. You know what I mean? And I can speak from experience because as a young man, you know, I had them meet each other at the door. Seriously, as a young man, I had my own place. I had a job. I had a car. So at that time, in that era, sex was the thing. And if you could put it down, man, they were lying. Man, it spread around town like good news.
It ain't changed. Same,
You know?
same still applies to that.
So, and that's the trap. Because once you do it, you do it once, you do it twice. Now you've established a pattern. Man, it's like becoming a crackhead, man.
Right.
That first time it was good. That second time it wasn't so good. So you chasing that first time, but once you get past 4 or 5, now it's hard to quit.
Right.
Man.
And I just want to be clear. I don't want it to turn into a situation where it sounds like we targeting black men or whatever, because I feel like women need to change their mentality too.
Right.
I was listening to the same podcast I was telling y'all about, and the boy, he do a segment where he answers advice calls or whatever, and somebody messaged him. The guy said that he was a virgin and he finally had sex, but the girl that he had sex with, she left, she disappeared or whatever. He said he don't know how. He was like, he can't get enough, but he doesn't know how to pursue women at this point. And the nigga, the boy told him, he said, you don't have to do anything, just be there. The women will follow. He said, at this day and age, men are the honey and women are the bears.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Look at mass incarceration. You can just do mathematically and understand that it's like
But
20
that's my whole point.
It's like
Have
20
y'all-
men for every one.
Have y'all
woman.
ever
Like,
been? Have y'all ever
20
worked?
women to every one man? I should say.
Have you ever worked in a call center where
Mostly women.
It's-
Have you ever worked in a medical
it's
facility?
oh my
with
goodness,
mostly women?
it's all women,
And that one male nurse, yes, I seen it.
and they go crazy. Like they literally go crazy. Like I've seen it with my own eyes. Like it's like wow.
But it's true. You can see the aggression in females. Like,
Is it aggression or is it?
yeah, like to apply
Is it
pressure to
that's-
apply pressure to men. Like, you know how you would pursue a woman and try to, you know what I'm saying, engage in those type of activities, but they throwing it at you. You used to being the hunter.
Yeah.
Now you being hunted.
Yeah.
And you're not even used to it, so you ain't even got your defense mechanism up. You
Yeah,
don't really
that's
know
crazy.
how to.
So how y'all think that dynamic changed?
Like how he said,
from men
just-
pursuing to women just going after.
I mean, for black women, I mean, it's not enough black men out here.
Yeah, I
like
feel
just
that.
like how he said. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
it's-
wherever
it's-
you're at, it's
Shorten
it should shorten this.
I have an opinion on that,
Okay,
but we'll save it for
alright,
another
listen,
episode.
There's a lot of gay men.
Number one,
There's a lot of men getting incarcerated.
number two.
Okay, so at these rates,
Interracial couples. I just want to throw that out.
but that's still, I'm just saying. I'm talking about
We're
women in
talking
general.
about-
I'm
and we're talking
women in
about
general.
That's just
Black
not me
men.
though. I'm just,
They're going to.
Oh, you mean that's? Oh, okay.
Yeah, All right.
Oh, that probably is a thing also. Like, you know.
Ain't no probably. Drop the probably. That's a thing.
Well, of course that's a thing. So now you take all three of those things and it's a pool of black women and 12 or 13 black guys.